Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a reading today. So this one is going to be specific for those of you out there that are experiencing what we call lost love, the one that got away, or maybe somebody let you go and you're the one that got away. But regardless, you are in separation with this person, you're not speaking to them, and this could be for a male or a female, doesn't matter. I will be referring to this person as this person or them or they, so that way it can be interchangeable, whoever's watching this video. You could refer to this person or see them as a twin flame, soulmate, karmic, whatever the label is, it does not matter. But regardless, what we have is somebody that you feel a deep connection to, that you've just never been able to energetically disconnect from. And so we're going to go ahead and see what your connection is with them from the past, as well as present energy, possible future energy, as well as how you have affected this person, how they've affected you, and what it all means. So we're going to use a variety of different decks here today to do this. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into the Akashic Tarot. Now, I don't read this deck like other readers do, so keep that in mind. But anyways, I do love to use this deck for purposes of looking into why people came together. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're also going to dip into the Earth Magic Oracle cards by Stephen Farmer. That will also give us some additional information. So that's these cards right here. So we're just going to shuffle these and put this on the side. All right. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so this is going to be basically your connection with this person. It's not your entire connection, of course, but this is just what we're going to tap into today. And it's going to give us some energies of the past, possible present as well. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we've got here. Well, we have the Muse. Beautiful. So the Muse talks about obviously creative individuals, but it doesn't have to be creative in the way of like actual painting or drawing, needing to have that sort of talent. A Muse is somebody who inspires you to be the best version of yourself. They inspire you to basically create magic. And so what I'm getting right off the bat is that we could be talking about artistic individuals here with this connection. Or we can be talking about somebody who views you as a muse, or you view them as a muse. Whatever it is, this connection has inspired you in a positive way. Could it have triggered you in a negative way? Absolutely. Could you still be having pain, residual pain left over from this connection? Sure. But what I'm getting here is that people are creating their destiny now. And it's the energies that the two of you share that you guys take into your future, to basically, or into this present moment even, that you are creating something connected to the energies between the two of you. That's really amazing. What an amazing message. We also have the Six of Roses, War of the Roses. Wow. So this is about two people that there was a problem here. Definitely some sort of an issue. It's like, a War of the Roses, and we have somebody who just kind of is defeated. So there's that energy here where somebody just kind of maybe launched an attack, and you were just completely like, whoa, everything was going great in your connection. Then all of a sudden somebody just created an issue. They implanted some sort of an issue that wasn't there before. Why did this happen? What's the situation? Yeah, it's the King of Roses. So this could be a masculine person in your connection, but it doesn't have to be. This could be a female as well. But this King of Roses, there is something about his heart, and he was at war. What I'm getting here is that he was at war with himself, but what he did is he launched a war on this connection. This is somebody who basically has some sort of an issue when it comes to his heart space and love. That's what I'm getting here. His heart space and love. Yeah, so what this did ultimately is, do you see that table there? We have a table, and we've got these cups that are tipped over, and we have these empty chairs. So this is the deal. This essentially broke the two of you up. I'm getting that it was this person here. It could be for some of you that maybe you're the one that walked away because of their behavior, of course. But ultimately, their behavior led to this separation between the two of you. So we're definitely confirmed here that the two of you are not together in a connection, and that there was some sort of an issue. There was something that was launched at you, a launch attack. That's just what I keep getting here from Spirit. It was something that they launched onto you for a reason. Now, it could be that maybe they were just in this energy of creating. Maybe they felt like they had a life's purpose and they needed to move forward on that, and they did not want this connection at the time. That could be it for some of them. But we also have winged messengers. And the winged messenger's energy here, they're holding in their beaks here some messages. Okay. So this could be an indication here that people do want to speak. They want to reconcile. Okay. And it's coming on wings. And so it could just be that the angels and spirit right now are assisting with your connection, trying to bring some sort of reconciliation here. It could be that people do want to speak. And so this is some sort of an energy that means here that possibly in the future that we may have some sort of communication coming to us about this connection. That could be it for some. But this is fate. This is a fated meeting. This is Spirit's way of confirming that you and this person were meant to come together. You guys were meant to meet, and you guys were meant to have this connection, and you may come together and meet again. Because we have two people here in the past that have already met, and then we have two people through time that may come together and meet again. So there's this possibility for you and them to come back together again after this hardship. So in the meantime, it could be that maybe you have used the energy that has either been, good, challenging, whatever the deal is. And you are using this now to better yourself and better your life. Now you are the muse. They are your muse, perhaps. And it may just be that it's through this energy that you're able to, connect with this person later on. So I think it's beautiful because this is just Spirit's way of saying that this is definitely a connection that's doesn't mean it's a connection that's meant to be in the future, but you were meant to meet this person for a reason and have some sort of significant change. They were meant to inspire you in some sort of a way, and you were also meant to inspire them. And that's just what I'm getting here. I'm getting two people that are no longer together but are still inspiring each other, that are still energetically connected. That's what I'm getting here. You're still energetically connected to them, and they're energetically connected to you. And we have a beautiful rebirth, spring equinox. Could be specific as far as an actual time, spring equinox here, depending on where you're at in the world. But there's something, this rabbit here, fertility, rebirth. There's definitely an energy here that says that there is a chance to have a second chance in this connection. Communion by coming together in communion. But this is about coming together in communion with yourself first. That's why there's only one person in this card. We also have a bird. We have an eagle here. So we have some birds flying around. Birds usually are an indication of either movement or messages. So messages, I meant messages. Oh my God, messengers, messages. So there's definitely something about communication perhaps here after a rebirthing cycle. This is about after people figure something out, find themselves, do something. There is some sort of rebirth within this connection is what I'm getting here. Creation. Very interesting. We have creation coming through again, dream time. These are creative individuals, or there's somebody that is in this connection that's very creative individual. So that could be something very specific for some of you out there watching this video. But what I'm getting more than anything is that this might just be a time to create. This is a time for creation. This is a time to basically become a muse, be a muse, or, just use a muse, such as this connection in order to, create abundance for yourself. We also have Milky Way, the perspective. So this is also, it's going to take time, or it has taken time already, to change people's perspectives. Maybe they could not see something before in a certain way, and it took time for them to have a different perspective. They needed to have their own perspective. They needed to come in union with themselves. They needed to have that communion with themselves before they could actually understand maybe what it is that they do want in the future. And we have ebb and flow ocean. So the ocean could be specific for some of you. It could be that somebody lives by the ocean. You may come back together near an ocean. But we also have just ebb and flow. This is about you just need to go with the flow with this connection. Nothing is set in stone right now with this person. Nothing's set in stone as far as how things are going to come back together, or how things are meant to be with them. So we just have to just go through this energy of creating, continuing to dream, continuing to create, continuing to have communion with ourselves, looking at things from a different perspective, going with the flow. And then there is going to be some sort of rebirth, possibly with this connection or within yourself. You're growing, this person's growing. Regardless, I really feel that two people are coming back together at some point. But Spirit's saying don't concentrate on that. Just know that you still feel this connection for a reason. Okay, you still feel it for a reason. It's something is there. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and take a look and see what is this person's energy towards you currently? Where are they currently at with their energy towards you? This right here is the Twin Flame Tarot created by myself and Queen of Light 1111. So let's go ahead and take a look at this person's energy towards you. Let's go and actually take a look at this person's energy towards you in the present. I'm sorry, in the past and the present. So I think it's important to just kind of see how they were feeling in the past. I think that will help some of you. How this person was feeling about you in the past. Well, we have them as they see you as the star. So in the past, this person Aquarius, could be specific for some of you out there. Maybe they're an Aquarius, maybe you're an Aquarius, but it doesn't have to be. But this is the star's energy. Divine assistance. They actually saw you as a star. They saw you as assisting them in some way. They saw you as a bright shining light, some sort of an answer to their prayers. So how they could launch an attack on you almost seems ridiculous, right? But there could have been something that has happened where they just were not ready for this kind of connection. Maybe they wanted to put more energy into something else. You know, we will get into some blockages here in a minute. But what else? And we have winter. There could be something specific about you and this person winter time. You maybe met them in the winter. Maybe they left you in the winter. Whatever it is, there could be something. But the winter card here also indicates, that, just so you guys know, this is the Twin Flame Oracle now. So I'm using both. But this is something that's still frozen in time. Kind of like you guys are still connected and it's frozen in time. You guys never worked this out. So it's something that's still there on both ends. So how they saw you in the past is they did see you as some sort of divine guidance for them or divine assistance. They did feel some sort of spiritual connection with you. I got that right off the bat. Okay. Right off the bat. That's the deal. They saw you as a queen of earth, very nurturing. Your energy with them was very, very nurturing to them. You made them feel really good, is what I'm getting here. Definitely made them feel really good. And we have mirroring here. They mirrored back to you what you were feeling, is what Spirit is saying. So don't worry for a second that they never felt the same way as you did. They did at one time, even if it was for a split second. They did feel the same as you. You were mirroring back to them something about themselves. And that could be another reason why they ended up launching an attack on you. And that's usually something that, you know, we're projecting onto other people, what we don't love or like about ourselves, what we are afraid of, our own darkness. The fan is on, which is why cards are moving. You know, that big bad fan that, ooh, it just takes away from the reading. Anyways, so yeah, this person here, you could have mirrored something back to them that created an uncomfortability for them. Okay, that could be it. And that might be one of the reasons why they stepped away from you. Because other than that, we see you as somebody who to them was the star and the queen of earth, nurturing, just feeling good. And they were feeling good in your presence. You made them feel calm. They may have looked at you and they may have said things to you like, you're my angel, you're my guide, things like that. They could have said these types of things to you. So you're thinking to yourself, then how the hell could you launch an attack on me? How could you treat me this way? Why would you, why would you want me out of your life? I thought we felt the same. So I am just seeing here that something happened. Something happened to where they were taking a look at something, and it could have been through something that you said or something that you did, and they were just like, ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can handle that. I don't know if that's what I want. I'm just seeing that they were triggered in some way by something that was said or done, and it was something that was dark within them, and it suddenly became an issue. That's just what I'm seeing here. It suddenly became an issue. But we do have another card that says destiny, fated meeting and destiny calls. This is the deal. Whatever happened here, it was meant to end. It was meant to end with them. It was meant to end. That's the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is about moving forward. It's about a cycle. It's about karma. So what I'm getting here is that destiny was calling this person to basically move past this connection with you. Not only were they triggered in some sort of a way, so they ran, I'm just getting here that there was something that was calling them. It could be, and I'm just going to tap back into these cards here. It could be that you came together at a time in their life where they were just concentrated on other things. Perhaps a creative person, perhaps somebody who was very focused on their careers and their career and dreams. So destiny was calling them away from your connection. That's what I'm getting. Destiny was calling them away from your connection. Yes, free will. I want freedom. I don't want any attachments. This right here is as great as it was. I can't have this kind of attachment. I need to have the freedom to move forward and do my thing. That's what I'm getting here. That's what I'm getting that this person wanted here. Yep. They needed to basically have the world in their hands. That's it. They had the world in their hands. They were planning their future when you came into their life, and it was just something about, yes, it was a fated meeting, but it was the wrong time. There's something about timing here. There was something about the cycle between the two of you. But what I'm getting here is that the cycle is still not completed between the two of you. It's still hanging in the balance. Yeah, admired. This person, their plans were about being admired for their talents. They wanted to be in the limelight. They wanted to be they wanted to be a star. That's just what I'm getting here. So that was what was calling them. What was calling them is that they needed to be admired. Now, for some of you, this may not be resonating. You may not be dealing with somebody who had a talent or a creative, spark. It could be that they just needed to be admired by other people. They could just have been living in their ego, operating there, and they really just, something was calling them, like, adventure was calling them. They just needed to live their lives and be free to do whatever it is that they want. They might not feel like they have lived enough at that time. So it could be that you came together with them where they just felt like there was just still much more life to live. They just wanted their freedom to be able to do their thing and be admired and feel really good in life. That's what I'm getting here. So how they viewed you in this connection is that at first they did feel a special, significant connection with you. They did feel you in a very nurturing, safe kind of a way. But then something happened. They did mirror this energy between the two of you at first. Then something happened. Destiny called, all of a sudden free will, planning, admired. Do you see how it's all playing out here? So something happened here. And this again is what I'm getting. They have launched something onto you, and it wasn't pleasant is what I'm getting here. It was not pleasant what they launched onto you. They launched this onto you because they wanted to have freedom. They wanted to have free will, and maybe they just didn't know how else to do this. So maybe they thought by hurting you was an easier way to just completely cut you out so they could have the freedom to just move forward. That could be it. Okay. So with all of that happening, okay, where are they at with you now? Well, now they're in the King of Mirrors. This is the King of Water, King of Cups, intuitive. You could be dealing with somebody. Let me just make sure I didn't have any signs that came up here. Well, this right here could be an earth sign person, as in you, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. But does not have to be. I forgot to say that though. Here we got a King of Cups, water sign. This could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. So this is how they're feeling now. The mirror. Do you see how we have mirroring? They're thinking about how they used to feel about you now. That's what they're doing. They're reflecting in the past now. They're a lot more sensitive to when they were very hard towards you. They're a lot more sensitive now. They're in their emotional space when it comes to you in this connection. Okay? So let's go ahead and get an oracle card with this. Even though they are still very much working in the material world. So the material world is very important to this person. I'm also getting to, this is 3D. So this is real. This is real energy. This is the 3D person that is thinking about you in the 3D world. This isn't some 5D shit is what I'm trying to say. This is 3D. But this person there's something very important to them in the material world. There is something that's very solid. They feel very grounded when they are making money. They are feeling very grounded when they're working within the material world. So as much as they want to be emotional, as much as they may want to be in this, very much sensitive energy, there is something about the material world that kind of just keeps them grounded. And that's not a bad thing, really, So I'm seeing that this is a person who's made up of water and earth, and they are able to just kind of go within both of these energies here. So let's go ahead and take another look here. Well, we do have the 10 of Earth. Very interesting. 10 of Earth is 10 of Pentacles, long haul. How they're viewing you. It may be that now that time has gone on between the two of you and they left you however long ago that was. They left you. Maybe you left them because you were tired of something. But now they're starting to see the bigger picture of you in this connection. They're starting to see things in the long haul terms. Do you see that? So before it was very short term for them. Before it was like all about them. Before it was all about, I need to go off and I need to do something and I need to follow my dream and I just need to leave this behind. But now what we have here is somebody who's thinking in terms of the long-term commitment, the long haul. Yeah, patience. Now the thing is though, is that this person's energy, they might realize that this is something that they're just not ready for still yet. Even though they're thinking in terms of this, it might be that they're thinking in terms of, well, this is going to take a little bit of time. They may not be ready for this, or maybe they're seeing you as maybe you're in a connection right now. And so this is something that they have to be patient now and wait for you. That could be it as well. Yeah, so they have Two of Thoughts. They have decisions to make. Two of Swords. Decisions. What the hell do I do? So what they do is they stay in a state of solitude. So that's where they're at right now. This person is probably alone. That's not going to resonate for everybody. Maybe they're not. But what I'm seeing here is that the Two of Swords, they're in decision. So their decision at this point is to stay in a state of solitude and just continue to work in the material world. But they are reflecting on how they feel about you. So I want to go into the energies of what this looks like. When they are thinking about their feelings about you, what's coming up for them? What is coming up for them? Well, we have Three of Mirrors, which is Three of Cups, good times. They're thinking about the good times that the two of you shared. This is also a card of celebration and reunion, wanting to come back together with you. So they are thinking about that. That's for sure. This person's definitely thinking about this, okay? And that's you, most definitely. I mean, we've got masculine and feminine energies here. So if you're a feminine watching this video, this person wants to come back together with you. This person is starting to see you. But see, how they see you though is they see you with your back turned to them. So they might feel like you are not available. They might not feel like, or they might feel like you would not be open to this. So there could be some hesitance for them with this energy here when they're thinking about things. We have Six of Thoughts, which is about moving forward in a positive direction. So this is definitely good, definitely positive. But we do have mute. You guys are not speaking right now. So it's very difficult. It's very difficult to kind of know how this would play out if they were to reach out to you. If they were to basically try to take this and move forward with you now. You guys have not spoken in either so long, or they're like, we're unsure of what's happening here. So I'm afraid to say something here. I'm afraid, I don't know how to make this happen. I don't know what to do. I have not said anything. There's words that I have to come up with that I don't have right now. So I'm seeing that this is definitely somebody who's still struggling with their thoughts and they're still struggling with their feelings. But the thing is, though, is they do have passion for you. The Knight of Flames. The Knight of Flames could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Sagittarius specific with the Knight. But they have passion for you. It's there. They want to come back. They want to come back, but guess what? There's still some sort of shadow work and still some shadows that they're still dealing with, okay? They're dealing with some fears. They're dealing with some shadows. They're dealing with, basically some of the darkness that they have basically created in your connection. So definitely see that somebody is thinking about you and somebody still has passion for you, and they're thinking about you specifically if you are a feminine. And also they're thinking about how they're thinking about the good times. They're definitely reflecting on the good times that the two of you have shared. But the thing is, it's very confusing because nothing has been said. They don't know how you feel. Your back's turned to them. You guys aren't speaking. So there's still some shadows that this person is still facing at this particular time with their fears and how to basically change the dynamic between the two of you. I just feel like this person is definitely struggling. So why don't we go ahead and tap into some energies here of what they would say to you if they could. Okay, we're going to do this in 2 different decks. This deck here is called the Talking to Heaven cards, yeah, by Doreen Virtue and James Van Praagh. And this deck here is called Talk to Me Like I'm Someone You Love. What this person would say to you if they could. That we will be together again. Wow. I mean, whew, that's pretty significant. So in the beginning of this reading, with that fated meeting, there was something about coming together in the past and coming together in the future. So this person believes that the 2 of you will be together again at some point. That might be why they are all of a sudden in this energy of that they're thinking about you now. They're reflecting on how they feel about you. They're not necessarily making any bold moves to come towards you, but they certainly have passion for you and they're thinking about it. So that's kind of cool. Okay. What else? I had to leave that way. So they're telling you that they had to do this. See this? They had to do this bullshit right here, which was just sucked. It sucked that they had to do this, but they had to do it that way. This is the only way that they could leave, is what I'm getting here from them. The only way that they could leave. Just kind of abandon the situation, just abandon it altogether. You guys definitely had a connection, that's for sure. Okay. But they had something that they were doing. They had some sort of thing that they needed to go and do. They had something to create. They had some sort of destiny that was calling them to basically be admired and to take their life into their own hands. They had to leave that way. Last message. Yeah, it was just my time to go. It was the time. It was the timing. The timing was not good for them. The timing was not good for this person. There was just something about the timing that just wasn't right. It's unfortunate. And I feel like that's why this person is telling you here, we will be together again, because this is a relationship, or a connection, I should say, that I did value at one time. And even though I either carelessly discarded it, or I basically just kind of moved on with my life and it seemed like I didn't care, it was always one of those things where it was like the one that got away from me as well. So I'm seeing that this person has held on to you in that way. And I'm not saying that they haven't been able to move on with their life, or that they haven't experienced love and happiness ever since. But I'm just getting here that you are that person for them that was the one that got away. But so they're just telling you here, it was my time to go. So now let's go ahead and get 3 cards from this. I'm sorry. They are sorry. If they could say anything to you right now, they would tell you that they are sorry. So if you never got an apology from them, they're telling you here that they are sorry. They're also telling you, I'm afraid to be real with you. So again, this confirms this person's hesitancy with coming towards you. Okay, I don't know where it came up. Yeah, it's here. Their hesitancy coming towards you right now, it's coming from the shadows. They're afraid, okay? They're afraid, so they're reflecting. So the decision that they're making right now is just kind of sit back, see what happens, and be in a state of solitude, okay? They are afraid to be real with you right now. So that's what they're telling you. They're confirming this. And last message. It's hard admitting that I might be wrong. So they would say they're sorry if they could, but it is hard admitting that they were wrong about this. It is. This person may just have felt really convicted at the time that they were right in doing what they did or how they went about it. So it is hard right now admitting to you that they might be wrong. It's actually hard to tell you this is what they're saying to you. You could be that person that they're really afraid to just say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. You might be that kind of a strong person that's just would basically say, are you fucking kidding me right now? They may not know how to deal with your energy. They may not know how to deal with A, the wrath, or B, rejection, if that's how you're feeling towards them. So it could be that it's hard for them admitting that they might be wrong, but they're saying they are wrong. They are saying that they are sorry, even though it's hard. So again, this goes to show somebody that probably did not apologize to you. They literally either just ghosted you or abandoned you, and you've never heard from them again. And you have no idea what's ever happened with them. And so they're just telling you here through this card, it's hard admitting that they were wrong. Not that they might be wrong. They know that they're wrong. They know that they were wrong with what they did. Maybe at the time they didn't know that they were wrong with what they were doing, but so much time has gone on since to where now they know that they were wrong. And so that's why they're saying that they're sorry and that they are afraid to basically come forward and tell you this information. Wow. So let's just go ahead and see what the hell this person is so afraid of. This This right here is called the Silver Era Tarot. What is this person so afraid of? What is this person so afraid of? Oh, they're afraid of the Ten of Pentacles. Even though we just saw this is how they're feeling about you right now. Literally. They're afraid of you. They're afraid of this. They're afraid of this connection. They're afraid of the commitment. They're afraid of coming together with you for the long haul. This person could have commitment issues. As much as they want that with you, they're afraid of it at the same time. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. Actually, this person is afraid that they can't change. And even though they have changed since you guys have gone through this, but they're afraid that they're not going to be able to 100% be different for you in the way that you need them to be. They're afraid that they may lose some sort of freedom. So it's like this Pentacles, the material world is very important to this person here. They're afraid to lose some aspect of themselves. They're afraid to either lose their freedom. They're afraid to basically have to change. They're afraid they can't change. There's definitely some sort of rigid energy here with the Four of Pentacles. They're afraid of losing the foundation that they've built up for themselves, or the fortress that they've built up around themselves, this very protective fortress. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, they're actually afraid of movement. They're afraid of taking a chance, taking a risk, which is what Wheel of Fortune is as well. They're afraid of taking a chance and taking a risk. That's what I got. They're afraid of making a decision. The Two of Swords already came up for them, and we already know that the decision that they're making right now is, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and be alone. It's safer that way. So this person is definitely afraid of making a decision. But this person is also afraid of being stuck as well. Being stuck in their head. Eight of Cups. What are they also afraid of? They're afraid of that maybe you will turn your back on them and walk away from them if they return. So this person is afraid of your rejection. This person is afraid that if they made a decision and they basically just kind of threw caution to the wind and took a chance and came back, or maybe expressed themselves and opened themselves up to you to tell you that they were wrong or apologize, whatever the situation is, that you would basically turn your back on them and walk away. That's what they're so afraid of right now. So they're afraid of this connection. They're afraid of this commitment. They're afraid of losing something here. They're afraid of making a decision. They're afraid of taking a chance and a risk, and they're afraid that you would walk away from them. That's what I'm getting. They're afraid that you would walk away. So with that being said, why don't we go into some future energies of you and them, okay? Let's dip back into these decks here. So what are some future energies between you and them? And we're going to go ahead and get some messages from the angels too. Well, we have Tower time. Something's about ready to change. Something's going to happen. The tower's going to strike, and people are just basically going, like, whatever they've built up, whatever walls they've built up, maybe whatever foundations they have built up, shit's going to come crumbling down in the future for you and this individual. Damn, and it's the divine masculine. You know, I've had a divine masculine and a divine feminine in this reading. Could very well be a twin flame connection we're talking about, but it doesn't have to be. But this is definitely a male and female connection, or where there is, you know, a feminine and masculine energy, which that would be in any connection, really, I believe. But yeah, there is going to be some sort of crashing down of this divine masculine in the future. So whatever he's been holding on to, whether that's fears, or whether that's ego, whether that's just, you know, whatever this is, something is about ready to change. It could be that this divine masculine literally crashes into your life, and it's totally unexpected, and it's a shock to you that he is basically making communication with you. That could literally be the energy in the message. Wow. And we have a King of Thoughts. King of Thoughts can be King of Swords. King of Swords is air sign, is Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, but it does not have to be. But this is somebody who is basically really, really thinking about it. They're really thinking about something now. This is really helping them to analyze the situation. Change. They are bringing change. So they're changed. However they're thinking or analyzing things now after this Tower moment, it's changing. Things are metamorphosing. Things are growing. This is very positive. And we have Protector, which is the King of Earth. So with this, we could be talking about an Earth sign. It's going to be Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, but it doesn't have to be. But this is a protective energy. This is somebody who maybe they have been the hard and analytical person, and now they're wanting to jump into this King of Earth energy. Early on, we did see that they were looking at you in the past as a king or queen of Earth. Now we have a King of Earth. So we have a match here. We have two people that are on the same page now. This person may want to come into your life now and be a different style person for you. They may want to protect your heart, not break your heart. Yeah, barrier. So this is the deal. Oops. Let me just grab these cards. I don't know why they're flying. I mean, I know why they're flying. It's the car or the fan. But yeah, we've got barrier here. Protective or protection, barrier. So this is the deal. I'm just getting here with this King of Earth. This King of Earth in the future is a lot more serious about this connection. Also, to the King and the Queen of Earth match the 10 of Earth, which has come up 2 times in this reading, which is the commitment, which is the long-term goal between these two people. So I'm just seeing here is that there might still be some barriers, or it may be that this Protector, he's now no longer holding up these barriers. He's breaking down these barriers. We have a Cop here. That Cop could be breaking down that door. Do you see what I'm saying? There could just be some significance there for some of you. There's definitely some kind of a change here. And I'm getting that it's positive. Yeah, now we have the Lady. This is the Empress's energy, feminine energy. Okay, this is about growth. This is about blossoming and abundance. And now look what we have, family. This is a mother and a wife, and now we have family. Now, I'm not saying that this connection is going to lead to pregnancy or family. It could be you're coming together, you're blending families together, but it might not even be children for some of you, okay? So you don't have to take it that way at all. You're literally coming together with this person. This card is very similar to me to the 10 of Pentacles. So it's amazing to me that this would come up again. So your future with this person looks to me like there is some sort of significant Tower moment, and there's some sort of change where people are analyzing things differently. They have changed, and now they're morphing or metamorphosing into the King of Earth, which is somebody who's much more protective, much more serious about a connection, and breaking down barriers that were once there, and now treating his feminine or her feminine as a lady. Seeing her as the lady and the Empress and the Queen she really is, and somebody he wants to come together with and have an actual connection with, either a family or a serious commitment. So if you did not have a serious commitment with this person before, I'm seeing that there is a second chance for this person to come into your life to where you guys could have a second chance at that happiness, okay? So what is the actions that this person may take to make this happen? They're going to bring you a solid offer. Ace of Earth, Ace of Pentacles. They're prepared to bring you a solid offer in spring. And it doesn't have to be spring. It just means that this is somebody who's like blossoming. They're springing into action. Beautiful. A solid offer possibly in spring for some of you. Earth is connected here, I believe, to fall. So, I mean, there could just be, you know, try not to get caught up on when, but there's something about new growth and a solid offer here. So this is this person's actions towards you, okay? How may they be feeling about you or looking at you in the future? Yeah, clarity. Very clear. 2 aces. Look at that. They're feeling very freaking clear about things. Yes, they're very clear that they don't want to be in separation with you any longer. They're very clear about what happened. They're very clear about their part in the situation, on what they did and how they created the separation between the two of you. Wow. Wow. Okay. So let's go ahead and get some special messages from Spirit in regards to all of this. So we have people being more assertive, taking off their mask, talking about how they truly feel. And actually, before I do that, I just kind of wanted to get into this. We have Queen of Light 1111, which is the Sun card, okay? We have illumination. We have new, fresh energy. People are now able to take off their mask and be real, as in maybe they were not able to do that before. We have Muse for the second time in this reading. We could really be talking about creative individuals here, but this is painting a new canvas of a new situation. So Spirit wants us to know that when it comes to the future, we're definitely painting a more positive picture this time around. That is beautiful. Grab this. We have improving health, which means that things are improved. Let's get some messages connected to this. Things are improved where before things were a nightmare. We have the Knight of Thoughts here. We have any kind of disturbing thoughts, anxieties, fears, things like that. These things are improving, okay? Yes, like I just said, fears. Fears are improving. Okay, we have this shark here that's looking at this dude. Okay, so I mean, there could just be this energy where somebody is just in the state of fear, the state of anxiety. That is improving in the future. I love it. We have these two cards that want to pop out, so we'll take them. We have success, so we're going to have success in the future. Oh my God, we have the 10 of Mirrors, 10 of Cups, emotional bliss. There is an indication of family for some of you very strong out there. You may come together with this individual and have a family, or this doesn't have to be human children. This could be dogs or cats or whatever is important to you. This is just blending, having an absolute emotional bliss with the 10 of Cups. So there is going to be success in this connection when it comes to that. Oh, beautiful. A soul connection here. Oh my gosh. Do you see this? Somebody's proposing. 10 of Cups is a card of marriage. I'm just saying. I saw something with the 10 of Pentacles earlier, and now I'm seeing some sort of amazing success when it comes to a commitment. So, I mean, we're having emotional bliss regardless. Doesn't have to indicate actual legal marriage, but we're having some sort of completion. We have had several 10s here. Some sort of a completion and success when it comes to your soul connection with this person. That is beautiful. And this card that wanted to pop out here was big, happy changes. There are going to be big, happy changes when it comes to you and this connection. 4 of Flames, 4 of Wands. You've got to be kidding me. This is foundation. You are now having big, happy changes when it comes to the foundation of this connection. Okay? Yes, the thing is that you guys were just in a cycle. It took a while to get here. It did. But you see that beautiful rose that she is holding behind her back? It's hidden from her right now. So she's facing the moon. The moon is about darkness. The moon is about, not being clear right now, but it's a cycle that the two of you have been in for a long time. And so now that everything is unfolding for the future, we have all these beautiful, blessed changes and success, things that are improving, and they're improving for the better. So this 4 of Flames, 4 of Wands, you guys are now having a beautiful foundation. Okay, but you had to go through a lot of cycles to get to this point. One last message from Spirit. Don't stop. Don't stop is what Spirit's saying. Don't stop. Keep moving forward. Keep moving on. So this is the deal. This is not about stopping and waiting for them. This is 8 of Cups energy. Keep moving forward. Keep moving on. Don't stop. Don't stop your life on account of them, waiting for them to return. Continue to move forward, okay? Continue to live your life. Continue to do you and follow your big dreams. Wow, we've had the Muse, we've had big dreams with the whale, we have sharks here, very interesting things coming through. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading, because what it looks like to me is in the future of you and this person, the fated meeting may occur at a later time, but it's not about waiting for them. It's not about just waiting around. Continue to live your big dreams. Continue to move forward and live your big dreams and find your big dream. And it looks to me like these cycles and everything, this fated meeting is fated to come back together at some point down the line. But everybody does have free will. That means that you have the free will, and so does this other person, to change this fate down the line. But this is a beautiful energy, which really does showcase somebody that has definitely been affected by what they have done, and that they still feel an energetic connection to you. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, bye.